Let's see what our Fox News contributors Dan Hoffman, former CIA station chief, and Marc Thiessen, speechwriter for former President George W. Bush, what they think about those comments and where we go from here. Gentlemen, great to have both of you.
Good to be with you, Shannon.
I first want to touch on the loss of life. At last check, at least 16 people, 4 Americans. Tell us, Dan, if you can, the significance of this region, of this area, what it says to you, this attack.
I mean, make no mistake, it's a tragedy, and I've got personal experience from having served in combat zones for years, losing U.S. military and intelligence community colleagues. They're over there eliminating threats which would otherwise be visited on our shores, and that's their mission. And there's no question that these 4 apparently who were killed in action and gave the ultimate sacrifice for our safety and security were trying to fulfill that mission. What happens now for the intelligence community is we take all of our sources, all of our human intelligence and signals intelligence, and we seek out those who committed this attack on the U.S. military. And we'll seek to find out who did it, why they did it, and where they are so that we can find them and bring justice where it's due.
And it sparks all these new conversations. A lot of people expressing concern today that this is what they expected could happen after the president made this announcement about us leaving. But Senator Rand Paul wants the president to stay strong on that plan. He says this. He tweeted this. Sunnis have been killing Shias since the massacre at Karbala in 680 A.D. If we wait until they stop killing each other, we will stay for 1,000 years or more. I agree with real Donald Trump. Bring the troops home. Had a meeting at the White House today. He said this. I've never been prouder of President Donald Trump. In today's meeting, he stood up for a strong America and steadfastly opposed foreign wars. Putting America first means declaring victory in Afghanistan and Syria. President Trump is delivering on his promises. But, Mark, how do you square that with, the promise to protect America with people there who will foment and grow, if not strenuously attacked where they are now?
So what ISIS was doing today was making a very clear statement: we are not defeated. Look, President Trump deserves incredible credit for having removed their physical caliphate, which is a major military achievement, but they are not defeated. If you just put this in context, our intelligence community estimates that they are more powerful today than they were in 2006, before President George W. Bush launched the surge in Iraq that decimated them and put them on their heels and took away all their territory, which then Barack Obama withdrew and allowed them to come back. They have 30,000 fighters today. By contrast, after when Obama withdrew, they had about 700, so they're that much stronger. They have $450 million that they pilfered from Iraqi banks and from other nefarious activities in Iraq. To put that in context, the whole 9/11 operation cost $100,000. So this is still a incredibly powerful terrorist organization. And yes, we want the war to end, but the enemy gets a vote. And so if we stop fighting and they don't, then that's not a good outcome for the United States. So we don't get to decide if the enemy, usually the way wars end is the enemy surrenders. There's a signing ceremony on the deck of the USS Missouri. There's not going to be a signing ceremony. So if they keep fighting and we don't, we have a choice. Do we want to fight them over there, or do we want to fight them over here? But we get to choose where the war is fought, but we don't get to choose whether the war is fought.
Well, both Democrats and Republicans expressing concern to the president, hoping he will rethink the plan, at least in the short term. Gentlemen, thank you for lending us your expertise. Great to have you.